Cooper and Cyrus were interacting, and
Mhm.
and Cyrus was like this super, God, like gullible, beyond not even
Right.
gullible, just kind of like
Naive.
naive. It's too naive. It bugged me, bro. Like it bugged the shit out of me. Like every time. I like
But
you were asking moments, right? And I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't remember the first moment. I was like, wait, hold on, no. But there was the one of the big moments where like where he got left alone in in
Well,
Cooper's apartment.
in his apartment. Okay, yeah.
And he was like, I gotta go do things, and Cyrus was like, well, what am I gonna do? And he's like, well, I don't know. And then Cyrus was like, well, I want to help, and and
Cooper's just like, whatever. I don't care if you want.
no, actually, Cooper was like, you don't have to, right?
Right.
And then Cyrus
No,
was,
it was like you can go through these boxes if you want to, but
yeah, before that he was like, you don't have to, and he's like, well, I want
right.
to, I want to help, and he was like, well, you're annoying, and I was like, I agree, you are annoying. That was like probably the first time I remember, because he kept like insisting every time, like, oh my god, you're buying clothes for me, I gotta do something for you, and Cooper was like, you don't have to, because it's my mission, and like whatever.
Mhm.
He said, but I want it because you don't have to be on this mission. He was like, no, I have to be on this mission. I have employers, and I'm employed, and this is my mission. I have to do these things. He said, but still, you don't have to be so nice. I was like, well, like,
I like that you're giving him such a whiny
he's
voice.
such a whiny bitch. Like, he's absolutely, like, every time. He was like, but I want anything for you. And then Cooper was like, but like, you're really, like, he didn't want to say you're displaced, you're a
Mhm.
displaced person
Right.
or anything. Like, you have nothing to your name, nor any
Right.
connections, nor whatever. But essentially, he's like, that's like, you don't. What do you? I think he might have at one point was like, well, what are you gonna do for me? Like, not even like inquiring. He's literally like trying to tell him like, there's nothing you can do for
Like, what
me.
can you even do? Right.
Yeah, and because he was trying to hit that point, he was like, but also you don't have to. So even though you don't have anything to your name, it's fine. You don't have to because it's part of my mission. And
Right.
he was like, oh, this is the part. This is one of the parts that really bugged me. His response at one point was like, "Well, I want to help you because it'll make me feel better." And I was like, "So you're just being a whiny bee? Like, you're just a whiny? Like, what are you doing? Like."
Yeah.
You can't help him. It's okay. I'm not saying like he's like I don't like being a freeloader, and I was like, okay, I understand that, right? I understand that having that personal ideology, but I was like, even with having amnesia, you can at least have the mentality to go in this incredibly rare circumstance, when the literal impossible thing has happened. You can put that to the side for yourself and be like, you know what, I can freeload just this one time to figure things out. And
Right.
then later on, if I can, be like, I promise I'll pay you back. I'll do something for you. I'll come back and, give you the money back or whatever, or with interest, whatever, right?
Right.
Nope. He was just like, I want to pay you back right now.
I have to
Find a
do it
way,
now.
do it, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I hate you. I hate you as a character. He made me so mad at him, and oh, so he was going. So I'll go back to the point you were talking about. So he says, "Okay, you can go through this garbage for me," and I think that was Cooper's way of being like, "Well, I really have nothing for you to do for me, but I have garbage. So if you want, like, I have you want garbage, and
Right.
I'll try to frame it as like you doing something for me."
Yeah.
And Cyrus was like, "Yay, garbage!" Right?
Right.
Literally, I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. Because to me, I read between the lines. Like, Cooper's just like what, just play with this
Right.
shit. I don't care. Stop bothering me, please.
Yeah.
And then, oh look, there's a crate up here. Boat glass biofuel. That was pretty good.
Oh, nice.
Um, so Cyrus is like, yeah, Cyrus is like, or Cooper's like, I'm leaving. I gotta go do stuff. I gotta go run errands. You can stay here. And then he was like, also don't cook shit. But you
Right.
can eat stuff in the fridge. Another thing that
Yeah.
bugged me, right? Because later on they have a conversation where like Cyrus was like, "Well, you left me here without anything to eat," and I was like, "Actually, that's a fucking lie." Because
Which is exactly what he says.
because 'Cause I
Turns
got
around and is like, "Well,
so mad at him. He was like, "You left
So
me
funny.
here, and I didn't have anything to eat." And I was like, "No, you did have stuff to eat." He said, "These 2 top shelves are things you can eat." He said
Yeah.
it, and then you were like, "Well, I'm just not gonna do that." Like, that's not my fault.
Right.
You can't just you can't have me give you something to eat, and then you not eat it, and they say I starved you. Like, no, I didn't. I gave you food.
Right.
And so it was just like the most. So he goes to the garbage.
Yeah.
Wait, what was my point?
Oh, then he realizes some stuff.
Oh yeah, while he was going through the garbage, he was self-reflecting on the things that have happened so far.
Right.
Right? And so he was like, "Oh, Cooper's so nice. Cooper did all these things for me, and he didn't have to, and that's so generous, and blah blah blah." Right? By the way, why can't we just get water from here? This is dumb.
From the tap, right?
Yeah, like,
They shut off the plumbing.
that's dumb. Call Cooper and tell him to turn it on. So he's self-reflecting, and he was like, "Oh, that's so nice of Cooper to do those things." And then he kind of like, through reflecting stuff, he was like,
Realized.
"Wait, Cooper sort of misled me or something, right?"
Right.
Essentially.
He knows my name.
Yeah, he knows my name, and he knows probably other things about me, and he didn't reveal these things about me, and blah blah blah.
Oh, here, broken window.
I thought you went through this. Right.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, okay. That's why I didn't go through it. I was like, oh, maybe he did this right. So he was like, it's like, instead of being generous for what he's done for me, now I'm upset at him.
Mhm.
To the point where I promised to vacuum for him, but now I'm just not gonna vacuum for him, and that'll teach him. And I was like,
Right.
but he doesn't care. He's a disgusting pig of a man. He doesn't give it. He has no water in his house. Like,
Right.
he's like, he even said, "I'm barely here. Why do I need water? Why do I need to clean all this shit? I don't care. I'm just
Right.
just here. I exist and I leave and whatever, and this is just a place for me to sleep, essentially." And so he was like, "Well, I'll show him that I'm mad."
Let's teach him a lesson.
To teach him a
I'm just
lesson.
not gonna clean that I offered to do.
Yeah, the thing I wanted to do, I'm not gonna do it anymore. That'll teach him. I was like,
Right.
I hate you as a character. I was like, I don't like you as a person. like, and the reason why is when you said it, it's like, oh, you feel Cooper is relatable. I was like, yes, but I think it's mostly not that Cooper is relatable, it's that Cyrus is so unrelatable to me. I would never
Gotcha.
act this way.
Right.
And not that I would never react this way in any scenario, but specifically this scenario,
Especially in this one.
where like you fell asleep one day and you woke up and it's the apocalypse, and you're bloodied and you feel like shit and you don't feel pain, which is weird. I would be freaking the fuck out if I was like, wow, I'm bleeding like hell and I don't feel nothing. Like, that's weird. That's weird. Yeah. And so you have all these weird things happening, and your hair is white, and I always said I would like my hair white, by the way. I think.
Oh God, I'm gonna die.
Bye.
I'm gonna fall off this building.
Bye.
I'm gonna try to hug the walls.
Okay, you got it. I believe in you.
Parkour down to the street and not get hit by a robot. There we go. I made it.
Okay, I'm gonna continue on this path of greatness.
Oh God. Do it.
And so he's just, in my opinion, so unrelatable because, like, he's gone through this stuff, and I'm like, all right. I'm fully aware I'm probably gonna die too. No, I'm not. I'm good. I'm the greatest of all time. I'm Spider-Man. So,
oh God.
I can come back down. Cool. So I was like, in this scenario, I know not everyone. I'm fully aware. I was trying to keep it in mind that not everyone has that, or more. Certain people have stronger survival instincts than other people.
Sure.
That in certain situations, some people will just be better equipped naturally to react optimally to certain situations for their own survival than others.
Sure.
Having said that, I wouldn't necessarily consider him to be in a complete survival situation where like he was in the wilderness or anything like that. Oops. Or like he was technically being taken care of.
Right.
And for the most part pretty okay.
For the most part, yeah.
Like he was, like he didn't get shot or anything like that, or not that I remember. He was almost, but not quite. And so I would, in my mind, I was like, oh, if I was this character, my thing is, you have this big muscular wolf man, right? That is holding you captive.
Right.
Now, the smelly wolf thing is not my king, but the big muscular wolf man is my king. So
Right.
So, at see, so much so that I've lost my train of thought. But
Fell right off.
yeah, what was I talking about again?
Who knows? Big muscular wolf.
Yes, that's mhm.
That was it.
That was it. That's the end of my thought. No smelly, no smelly. He has to take a shower. After he takes a shower, then he's hot. If he's smelly, he's not hot. He's just gross. Yeah. But, so he wasn't in any, like, real sense of peril. He was, like, taken care of and anything. And because he was in that situation, I was like, if I was being taken care of, but captive, so I didn't have freedom, my thought process would be, all right, I'm stuck. I don't know anything. I don't have anything. I need to know more and understand more.
Sure.
Yeah, I was talking about sluts and thuts.
Sluts and thoughts?
That's exactly what I said.
You said sluts and thuts.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, Wolf. It's the same
Sluts
thing.
and thuts.
Sluts and thoughts.
Sluts and thuts.
It's the title of my second autobiography.
Yep.
So, yeah, it was one of those things where I was like, I need to, like, the one thing that I related to in terms of Cyrus was like asking questions. And Cooper was like, damn, you ask a lot of questions. My response was like, good. If you're getting that response from him, that's a good thing. That means you're doing what that would validate me to continuously ask more questions.
Yeah.
Because even if he like classified, even if he blocks it, every little bit will help. Every little bit that you'll understand. The one time that he actually like got the most information was he was left by himself and he went through the trash and he found the iPad. And he was like, oh, I understand how technology works. Oh, it's solar powered. Oh, it turns on. Oh, it's whatever. Like, oh, this is cool.
Picture these people. Yeah.
Whatever. And I was like, wow, you learned so much from the one time you were inquisitive, even though you weren't asking. I mean, he was inquisitive majority of the time, but there were times where he would just be like, well, you know what? I'm gonna stop being inquisitive. I'm just gonna be a bitch. And I was like, oh my god, stop! Like you were doing, like there were times like you were doing so well, and he would just revert, just being a whiny bitch again. It's like so it was so frustrating. I was like, okay, right on the right track, and then he'll ask questions, and then he'll just be like, but you know what, Cooper? I'm mad at you now. It's like, well, why? What happened? Like when you? No. Let's go back to the Cyrus that was like being smart and was like, what does this do? Where are we? What's happening? What's our history? Like, let's go back to that guy. Like, don't go back to this guy who was like,
oh, but Cooper, you're my friend.
Yeah, but you're my friend though. Can I cook instead? Like.
Let me just burn everything.
Can I cook instead? Do you know how to work the stove? No. Do you know what this food is? No. Do you know anything? No. But I want to cook because I want to do stuff for you. I told you don't have to. But I wanna. It's like, you little bitch. Like,
I love it. I love your interpretation. Just a helpless baby Cyrus.
He is a helpless. I'm not even joking. Not because you just said it. I actually just called him a helpless baby a few times while watching you and somebody else play the VN. I was like, he's a helpless child. He's a little toddler.
That's so funny.
He was like, he was literally like everything. I was so mad at him. I was so mad. It's like, I want to, and then he like wakes up early and then he cooks and he burns shit.
Right.
And instead of being like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't like, I really like, instead of owning up to it, he was like, "But I wanted to cook for you." Like, what are you doing? But you don't know what this food is. You don't know, like the reason, like not the reason, but like the premise of cooking something, like effectively, is understanding, like how the machine works that helps you cook
Right.
if you're using a machine, and understanding how the food cooks when you're cooking it.
Right.
That gives you the desired effect. If you don't know either of those two things, what are you doing? Like, why? It'd be different. It's like, I would have much more respect if he looked at the thing and was like, I really wish I can cook for him. Maybe when he gets up, I'll ask him to take over instead, and he could just show me
Right.
the ropes or something, right? Like, I'd be like, okay, cool, because at least that'll be character development for him, of
Right.
like still be a whiny helpless baby, but taking responsibility for the situation he's in and being like, well, I'm whiny and helpless, but I'm not stupid.
Right.
I can't work this thing. I don't understand any of it, and I don't understand what's in your fridge. Like, give me, give me,
Right.
like, give me a crash course. And it wasn't even character regression. I actually think they was just supposed to like portray him as helpless.
Right. Because he's reliant on Cooper so
He's
much that
reliant, yeah, and because they're trying to hammer in home, like he really is out of place
doesn't
in
know.
this
Yeah.
in the
In this
scenario
future.
in this future, right?
In
But
this weird futuristic world.
I feel like it went too far. You put too far. You- like there are times there's helplessness like like I don't mind when he was like oh hello.
Let's go back to the raft.
Yeah, I need water.
I need water.
I need water as well.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
dehydrated, in fact.
I am not.
And I
will
don't know
be
which way
soon.
the raft is.
Okay, I'm gonna. It's not that way, so
Okay.
maybe this way.
Okay.
Um. So. Um. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind helplessness when it comes to like. Oh, I found it. The exit.
Nice. Okay.
I don't mind helplessness when it comes to like being like reasonable and understanding, but feeling limited. And I was like, that's like there are times where he was like limited, like when he went shot. Oh, this is not the way. There's nothing
No?
here.
That looks like a door.
It is, but not the right one.
Oh, keep going. Keep going left. Or clockwise, rather. I remember that one. That's
Oh,
the door that we checked first.
So clockwise.
I'm sorry, counterclockwise.
Okay.
Sorry.
I was like,
You're going
wait,
in the right
no.
direction. No, you were right.
Uh, yeah. So like, I don't mind if he's like when he was shopping for clothing and he was like, well, I can't. Like, I don't mind the lingering thoughts of like, oh man, like how much is it gonna cost him?
Right.
It's like, well, like sure, I of course he's gonna have to buy me this, but like, oh, damn, it's the future, so maybe it's really expensive and this place looks really expensive and blah blah blah. Like, I don't
Yeah.
mind those things. Or I'm like, I'll make a mental note to pay him back or something. That
Also, Weasel, I'm 50% dehydrated. Actually, 40% dehydrated. So if you could either bring me something or carry me,
I got you.
you'll have to do one of the two.
I'm bringing you water.
Thanks.
Where are you?
I'm towards the empty door.
I see you. There you go.
Thanks.
What if I just poured this on the floor right now?
Thanks.
Here you go. I'm sorry, I wasn't giving it to you. I was giving it to my homies.
Okay, and then here's your bottle back.
Certified not a homie.
Yeah.
So, I should also dump stuff. So, yeah, there was just like, I felt like there were parts of him that made sense, and then other parts of him that was just like,
You were just frustrated.
I hate him. Like, I dislike how, like, it's not that he's useless. It's the fact that it's like one of those things where like you get frustrated because you know someone's capable and they're just not doing it.
Okay.
Like because you also like know by this point still, like, based on his history, that he's like a smart guy. He's
Right.
blah, blah, blah.
College educated.
Yeah. But you're just useless. It's like, well, it's like, I guess I'll just perish then. Like,
Right.
like, um, I forget there were other moments where like um trying to think of them where or like there were moments where like he was thinking about I gave it a slight pass, but I was still a little frustrated by it. Where like
Mm.
he was left in the apartment, he didn't do
Hmm.
anything. He woke up rummaging through the garbage, and then he was like, "I got mad. Now I'm tired." Like literally,
Right.
he was like, I'm this that." He was like, "Me getting angry at Cooper, like exhausted me." And I was like, "But
Right.
you didn't do it. You didn't do anything.
But see that okay, so I will come to the defense
He
of,
didn't do
of the
anything."
writing and the character there because he's like that weak and frail. Like it just that expensive emotion is enough to
I gave it a
exhaust him.
slight pass. I did,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I was already frustrated by that point, so
Right.
I had a skewed
You're just like
perspective.
I don't even want to hear it. I don't even
He
want
was
to
like,
hear
yeah,
about
I was like, oh, I can't believe this character. And then he got mad, and he was like, well, I'm so tired now. I was like, you didn't have to get mad. Like, also, you didn't do anything. You sat down on the floor like a 5-year-old playing Legos, and then you were like, I'm tired of playing Legos. I'm gonna sleep. Like, you didn't do anything. You didn't do anything. Like, you weren't on. It's not like you were traveling on foot with Cooper. It wasn't like you were building something crazy or figuring stuff. You took out garbage from a box, and you're like, whew.
it. Yeah.
This is. Huh. Does anybody else feel tired? I was like, no. I was so mad at this
That's
character.
that's funny.
I got so mad. Um,
Oh, this battery is empty. That's what happened.